Hey YouTube, we're in EA Studios in the bowels in Burnaby, BC, where the new UFC game is going to be made, but we can't talk anything about that actually. No, the place is probably wired.
Yeah, I would actually get a lot of trouble if I talked about the game publicly. I mean, I'm just one of the guys that, works on the game. I'm a tester and stuff like that. Got to keep that on the low, but what I can tell you guys right now, it's going to be an awesome game, and you're going to really enjoy it.
And speaking of which, we didn't even introduce him. This is the newest MManiac on our Facebook and YouTube and whatever we are. The MMA show. It's Ryan Ventura. He's a martial artist, ring announcer, and he works here at EA. So
I wear a lot of hats, yeah.
So we're looking forward to whenever that game's going to be released. So you're just going to have to hold tight and wait on that. What do you want to talk about today, Ryan?
Well, let's talk about the upcoming UFC event coming up. Is it January 15th?
January 15th.
Yeah, Luke Rockhold versus Costa Philippou, right?
Yep, that's it.
Do you care about it?
I don't.
I don't care about it at all. I mean, to be honest with you, it actually kind of makes the UFC look bad hosting an event like this. I mean, Luke Rockhold's a quality fighter. He's a former Strikeforce champion, but Costa Philippou, no disrespect to him at all, I don't think he should be main eventing against Luke Rockhold.
No, he's a good fighter. I like his boxing, but he's not a fighter that really excites me in any way.
Nah, he's not really my kind of guy. He does have his moments, and he's really exciting. I'll give him props on the tattoos that he got. They're really cool, but other than that, I'm not really looking forward to it.
Yeah, does this card even have a name?
I think it's UFC on Fox Sports 1, Philippou versus Rockhold. I think that's what it is.
Oh, it's not just on Fight Pass?
No, I think it's on TV.
Oh, this seems
See,
like
that actually shows you how much we know about this event. We don't even know if it's on TV or Fight Pass. And speaking of which, let's segue into Fight Pass. What do you think of it? You actually subscribe to it. You put your credit card down for the free trial. How is it? Is it legit?
Well, I'm not paying anything for it yet, but
no,
I don't think I'm not gonna pay for it at all. I don't think. There needs some serious work. This is a beta. It looks like to me, not even a beta.
Well, what do you think needs to be done in order for it to improve?
Well, first off, the navigation is horrendous on it. I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm back into UFC.tv, and it's asking me for login information when I was already logged into the actual Fight Pass. There's not a whole lot of content on there.
What about all the free fights that you can get, the legendary Pride fights and all the legendary UFC fights, and even the UFC fights before Zuffa was running it? Could you get those fights too?
Yeah, some of those fights were available. Not all of them were available. The first fight I watched on there was Randy Couture versus Vitor Belfort from UFC 15. That brought me back, but it might be good to look back at certain fighters and when you're comparing them up to try to make your own predictions on what's going to happen in fights. But for $10, it's not worth it.
I see. What about all the other seasons of Tough and stuff? Were they available? Were you able to watch Tough China or Tough Brazil or anything like that?
Older seasons of Tough Brazil were on there. All the Ultimate Fighters. But yeah, this season of Tough China wasn't on there. I was trying to find it.
Tough China. Wow.
I heard some funny things about it. I did actually watch the first episode online.
The first episode was interesting.
It was interesting because it's any one of these guys are going to get destroyed by anybody in the UFC right now.
Well, in MMA, they would get destroyed in the Sanshao kickboxing department. China has developed Sanshao and their brand of kickboxing for thousands of years, so they have that unlocked, just like the Thais have Muay Thai. But in MMA, they're just getting familiar with the whole concept of grappling on the ground.
And there's a yoga instructor on that show, isn't there?
Yeah.
He has like no martial arts background at all.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind. He's like, I've never punched anyone in the face. I'm like, whoa, how'd you make the show?
Going into 2014, do you think we're going to see a lot of new champions being crowned?
Oh, that's going to be a good question. I don't know. There's something in me that says Vitor Belfort might have a chance against Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
It's a very slight chance. I think in this fight, I don't think Weidman should stand up with Vitor Belfort. I think he needs to just take him down, hold him there for 5 rounds. Don't let Vitor Belfort kick you, punch you, whatever, man. If he's on the feet, he's a threat. The light heavyweight division, what do you think? Glover Teixeira, do you think he got a chance against Bones?
Yep. Yeah. I've predicted Glover Teixeira as the next champion ever since he debuted in UFC. I called it. He's the next champion. He's going to beat John Jones, and he's going to shatter all your dreams, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Nothing John Jones can do about it.
Do you like John Jones?
I like John Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's fake or anything. He's a good fighter, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, same. I don't know. How do you think Sarah McMahon would do against Ronda Rousey? Does Sarah McMahon even have a chance against Ronda? I think she sort of does. I think she does. A slight chance. Because she's a good wrestler. She's a good fighter. Ronda's stand-up still needs a lot of work, but there's no one in MMA pound for pound. And there's a lot of good judokas in MMA that they're not even on Ronda Rousey's level, I don't think. Her technique is amazing.
Well, the matchup itself is interesting. We've got Sarah McMahon's a silver medalist in wrestling.
Yep.
Against Ronda Rousey's bronze in judo.
That's going to be a huge marketing push for the UFC. They're going to be milking that whole Olympian versus Olympian angle. I think they will. They should.
Yeah.
They should. They deserve it.
Now, the only thing I'm worried about is Sarah McMahon's submission defense.
Oh, that's a good thing to consider.
Ronda Rousey's a one-trick pony in a way, but that one trick is really fucking good. So
that's the best trick in MMA.
Right now, it seems to be unstoppable. So Sarah McMahon's gonna have to look out for that armbar.
But hypothetically speaking, if Sarah McMahon was to lose and Ronda Rousey retained her title, who's next in line? Does Cyborg actually get her shot? Does Dana White? No, you don't think so?
I don't think so, no.
No, Tito and Dana, they don't see
I just don't see it possible for Cyborg to make it down to 135.
I just want to remind you guys that I'll be working the upcoming Battlefield Fight League card, Battlefield 27. It will be going down live on January 18th at the River Rock Theater and Casino in Richmond, BC. Tickets are on sale. They start at $45. You can go to BFLTIX.com, so that's BFLTix.com. BFLTIX.com. Main event, World Welterweight Champion Matt Dwyer will be defending his title against Mr. International Shoney Carter. He was actually one of the first MMA fighters that I grew up watching, so it'll be quite interesting for me as an adult introducing a guy that I grew up watching on TSN. So it's going to be cool.
And do you have any predictions for that?
I can't make any predictions because I'm introducing both of them. May the best man win.
I'll say Matt Dwyer is going to beat him. That's my prediction.
No comment.
So before we go, one thing that's still making news is Anderson Silva.
Oh, yeah.
We had the gnarly leg break, and now he says, his manager says he's going to come back. He's going to try and come back. What do you think about that?
Well, first thing that I want to say is, shout outs to everyone that watched our compilation video. Jason did a really good job getting all those compilations together. And, we're really appreciative of you guys watching the video and, enjoying our reactions, whether you're horrified or laughed at it. Anderson Silva, I don't know, what he's going to be like when he comes back. I don't think we're going to be seeing too many of his signature leg kicks as before, because I think in the news recently it was said that the doctor said he shouldn't be kicking for a whole year, right? So he's going to have even better hands when he comes back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. That is if he ever comes back. His manager said he will, but Anderson Silva himself didn't say it.
No. Right? Yeah, we still have to hear from the man himself, but he has nothing else to prove in MMA, but I think he might want to prove to himself that he can come back and
maybe end his
I'll watch it.
Yeah, and end his career on a high note. The rumor is, Ed Suarez, his manager, he wants Anderson to fight GSP in both of their return fights. I think at this point in time in their careers, sure, why the hell not? right? Why not? Both of them, I don't think either one has anything to lose from that fight at all.
No, it would have been better to see it like 3-4 years ago.
When they were still in their prime and champions.
Yeah.
Right?
But still, it's a fight I'd still like to see. But personally, I'd like to see him come back, fight a top 5 guy, and then if Chris Weidman's still the champ, I want to see number 3.
That would be interesting, because that first round, Weidman took him down, and he was letting out some vicious ground and pound. I think that was some.
Yeah, he had him reeling. He almost had him beat. But we've seen Anderson beat lots of times and then come back. That's what makes him is the ability to just turn the fight around in an instant and end it.
You know, doesn't matter if he has a busted leg, he's still a threat in the game. But you know, I guess I would like to. Now that you bring up that point, I'd like to see him like end his career on a high note with a big fight, whether it be Weidman again or GSP, whoever, maybe even John Jones. I don't know.
Yeah, anyone. But yeah, there's some money to be made. Silva Weidman 3, that's for sure. Or even if Vitor Belfort wins.
Oh man!
And then Anderson Silva's coming back against Vitor Belfort, a guy who's already beat.
I think Vitor Belfort, like more than anything, would want that fight bad, because he's called out Anderson Silva so many times over the years. He wants to fight him so bad and to prove that that famous kick was a fluke. Right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right. Thanks for your time, Ryan. He's got to get back to work, so we're going to end the video here. Yeah, stick around. This guy's in charge of Facebook, our Twitter. We're on both, so please like us, follow us. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.